Do you have anger issues? You want to come out of it? Watch till the end to know the answer. There are two types of anger. One anger which we all know is one which comes out. There is another anger which goes inside. Many people get angry but they don't express. Remember, both these angers are highly damaging. It will damage your health, it will damage your relationship, your good prospects. Ultimately, it will make you poor. Angry person can many times be a foolish person. Anger spoils many relationships. Anger sparks fights. Anger can take you to wrong decisions. Anger is always an enemy of your soul. If you don't express the anger, sometimes people just gulp the anger. They cannot express. But what happens is they go somewhere else and they express. Probably if you cannot be angry in front of your boss, you will be very angry in your home. If you cannot be angry outside, you can be angry inside. Anger increases your blood pressure and damages your system, and it will make you a sick man. Some say you should do very hard workout. You should shut the door and scream. Sometimes you have to paint, you have to dance, you have to hit your hands on the wall. There are many things people say. But all these things will not heal you of your anger. It will only sidetrack you, and it will also make you more angry person in the days to come. You should always know how to deal with anger and stop being angry and become a sweet person. Can you become like that? This video will help you. Watch till the end so that you can emerge into a very sweet person. Now we will go to next part. Why do we get angry? We get angry because we are disappointed at something. Anger and disappointment are just two sides of the same coin. Whenever you are disappointed, you get angry. Why do you get disappointed? We get disappointed because we have some expectations. One day I told my friend I am coming at 5 p.m. and I went there at 6 o'clock. He was upset. He was angry. Another day I told him I am coming at 7 o'clock and I went there at 6 o'clock. He was so happy. He was so joyous. Both the days I went at the same time. One day he was angry. One day he was happy. What's the difference? It is the expectations. He expected me to come at 7 o'clock. I came at 6 o'clock. He was so happy. But another day, he expected me at 5 o'clock and I landed there 1 hour late. He got disappointed. So he got angry. Expectations actually is the cause of all the anger. What is the beginning of all these disappointments and all these expectations is actually the beginning of anger. You need to go to the beginning. You need to go to the roots to really curtail that and stop it. We all began our life as babies in our homes. We had a father, we had a mother. Sometimes there are expectations we had as babies from our parents. These expectations were not fulfilled. So we become disappointed with our parents. The truth of the matter is, there is no father who is perfect. There is no mother who is perfect. And there are no siblings which are perfect. Everywhere, every family, people are all trying to be good. So in the bargain, as a baby, we become disappointed so many times because our expectations were not fulfilled. Our parents did not fulfill our expectations. Our siblings, especially the elder siblings, did not fulfill our expectations. So what happens to us? We are deeply disappointed. That is where we begin our anger. But since we are babies, we do not know how to express, so we kept quiet. But as we grew, we went to a school. And in the schools, we expected something out of the teachers. But sometimes the teachers are very rude, they are partial, they punish little too much, they are segregating you, they fail you and they do so much of damage to you. And also your classmates, they will victimize you, they will put pressure on you, they will make fun of you, mock you. So what happened? Your anger grew in your school. And as you grew up, the anger also grew. Though your parents are no longer there with you, your classmates are no longer there with you, but the anger will always continue with you. And it will continue even in your college, in the places where you work, and ultimately here you get married. After your marriage, all the anger will be focused on your spouse. Poor guy, poor girl doesn't know why you get so angry with such things, such trivial things. She will wonder why this guy is getting so angry with such a trivial thing. But she doesn't know you're carrying the anger from your childhood into your adulthood. Now finally, how to come out of anger. This is the most important thing which you need to know and you should follow, so that your life is changed. You emerge into a sweet person. First and foremost, let's go back to your childhood. If you are angry with your father or your mother because of what they have not done to you, you should know even they are not perpetrators of that crime, but they themselves are victims of what happened to them during their childhood. If your father has not loved you, it is not that he doesn't love you. No, when he was a son, a child, his father didn't love him. So we live in a world where everyone is a victim. So look at those people not as perpetrators of that crime, but as victims of that crime. They themselves were actually fatherless, loveless. They themselves were subjected to something like that. That is why they did the same thing to you. Now I want to tell you, if you don't change in this moment, even you will do this to your children, to your grandchildren. People who find fault with their parents, they become the same parents for their own children. What a tragedy. That is why you learn to know things from your father's perspective or your mother's perspective. Finally, how to come out of anger. Let me assure you, when you see this video completely, you will emerge into a very sweet person. Even the people around you will wonder how he has changed. Firstly, let's go back to your babyhood, your childhood, where your disappointments started. You may be disappointed with your parents or the surroundings or with God or whatever it is. First and foremost, you should understand the person who disappointed you himself was disappointed in his life. So don't look at him as a perpetrator or an assailant. Look at him or her as a victim. They could not love you and meet your expectations because they were not loved and their expectations were not met. Because there was a vacuum in their lives, they could not give you what they didn't have. Looking at those people as perpetrators or assailants, instead of that, you look at them as victims. Then it will be easy for you to understand them, why they did that to you, why she was so mean to you. When you understand them, you can easily forgive them. Spend time in understanding why they are behaving like that. There may be some vacuum in their lives. To overcome that, they may be having some sort of a mechanism in which you were victimized and you were traumatized and your expectations were not met and you ended up disappointed with that place, with that person. So ultimately, you become very angry. My friends, forgiving is one way of getting out of your anger. When you forgive them, you can get out of your anger. The day you see them as perpetrators, you will hate them. You will not like them. But if you look at them as victims, like you will begin to love them. You will understand them, why they were like that. Then your anger is gone. No longer those anger issues will be there. After you forgive them, you go to step 2. The step 2 is this: every disappointment is actually an appointment in your life. Every disappointment is not accidental. Always understand, there is a benefit in those disappointments. Consider you are disappointed with your daddy. Actually, that is an appointment for you to be the best daddy to your children. Are you disappointed with your teachers? That is just an opportunity for you to be the best teacher for your students. I still remember, when I was a student, I was victimized by my teacher. He failed me many times consistently. And there was another teacher who never gave me good marks because of who I am. The moment she sees me, she will give me a C. But my friend, he will come, the moment she sees him, she will give an A. By default, I will get a C and he will get an A. In fact, my handwriting was better than his handwriting. I was more intelligent than him. In spite of all that, she will be so partial, which made me an angry person during those days. But let me tell you one thing. Ultimately, when I became a teacher, I decided I will be the best teacher to my students. So I taught them the best. I gave them the best marks. I never was partial. These disappointments in my life with my teachers, I considered it as an appointment which came in my life. So it changed me as a better teacher. Today, I have helped so many boys and girls to be promoted. Instead of reducing their marks, I have increased their marks. And definitely, I have been so impartial to the students who came from different backgrounds, because as a teacher, if I appreciate them and encourage them, they can go a long way. My friends, what is your disappointment? First, know that it is an appointment. My friends, every disappointment we went through actually is a strength to us. It's an appointment to us. We have to feel proud of those situations. Consider you went through poverty as a young person. That can be a great strength for you to motivate so many poor people to become rich. Were you victimized by your teachers? That will be such a strength to you when you go and encourage so many victims who are already victimized in some situations. Every disappointment can be changed into an appointment. Never be worried about your disappointment. Never be angry about your disappointment. Oh, I didn't have a good childhood. I didn't have a good education. I didn't have a good family. I didn't have a good father. I didn't have good friends. I didn't have good mother. Let me tell you, it's true that you didn't have good of all these things, but the absence of these good things have made you strong, have made you such a blessing to so many people. Today, with that pain which we went through in our life, we can actually ease the pain of so many people. We can pull them out of wrong situations, and our anger will be changed into kindness. You are no longer angry with anyone because we have forgiven them, we have understood them, and also we have changed our disappointments into appointments. No longer I will be ever angry. You should be ever angry.